You look wearily.
No, noble mistress. 'Tis fresh morning when you are by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I may set in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my father, I have broke your hest to say so.
Admired Miranda. Indeed the top of admiration. Worth whatever's dearest to the world. Full many a lady I have eyed with best regard. And many a time the harmony of their tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear. For several virtues have I liked several women. Never any with so fun soul, but some defect of her did quarrel with the noblest grace she owed, and put it to the foil. But you, oh, you, so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex, no woman's face remember, save from my glass mine own, nor have I seen more that I may call men than you, good friend, and my dear father. How features are abroad, I am skillless of, but by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion in the world but you, nor can imagination form a shape besides yourself to like of, but I prattle something too wildly, and my father's precepts I therein do forget.
I am in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. I would not so, and would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly blow my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant I saw you, did my heart fly to your service. There resides to make me slave to it. And for your sake am I this patient logman.
Do you love me?
Oh, heaven. Oh, earth! Bear witness to this sound. And crown what I profess with kind event if I speak true. If hollowly, invert what best is boded to me. Invert what best boded to me to mischief. Beyond all limit in the world, do love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of.
Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, much less take what I shall die to want. Hence, bashful cunning, and prompt me, plain and holy innocence. I am your wife, if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow, you may deny me, but I'll be your servant, whether you will or no.
My mistress, dearest, and I thus humble ever.
My husband, then.
I, with a heart willing as bondage heir to freedom, here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in't. And now farewell, till half an hour hence.
1,000,000!
Great, thanks.
All the infections that the sun soaks up from bogs, fens, flats, on Prosper fall, and make him by inch meal a disease. His spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse. They'll nor pinch, fright me with urchin shows, pitch me in the mire, or lead me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way, unless he bid 'em. But for every trifle are they set upon me, sometime like apes that mow and chatter at me, and after bite me, then like hedgehogs that tumble under my barefoot path, and mount their pitch at my footfall. Sometime am I wound up all with adders, who with their cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. No, now, here comes a spirit of his, and to torment me for carrying wooden too slowly. I'll fall flat, but perchance he will not mind me.
Great. Thank you. Thanks. Can I throw a curve at you?
Sure.
Can I ask you to look at this Prospero thing? You can take your time if you want to take it out and look at it for a while, and then we'll have you back in a little bit. We'll probably have someone else in and then come back.
Thank you, guys.
Sure, thank you. Antonio, when you get to your brother, use her as Antonio.
A solemn air, and the best comforter to an unsettled fancy cure thy brains. Now useless, boiled within thy skull, there stand, for you are spell stopped. Holy Gonzalo, honorable man, mine eyes, even sociable to the show of thine, fall fellowly drops. The charm dissolves apace, as the morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness so their rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clearer reason. O good Gonzalo, my true preserver, and a loyal sir, to him you followest, I will pay thy graces home both in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Thy brother was a furtherer in the act. Thy brother was a furtherer in the act. Thou art pinched for now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood. You, brother mine, that entertained ambition, expelled remorse and nature, who with Sebastian, whose inward pinches therefore are most strong, would here have killed your king. I do forgive thee, a natural thou art. There, understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore that now lies foul and muddy. Not one of them that yet looks on me or would know me, Ariel. Fetch me that hat and rapier in my cell. I will discase me and myself present as I was sometime Milan. Quickly, spirit, thou shalt ere long be free.
Good, great. I want you to just go back to starting with flesh and blood. Mm-hmm. See that? She's actually your brother. But for 15 years you've been banished on this desert island because of what he did.
Right.
Now you have brought him here through your magic, ostensibly to punish him for this. And this is the moment of truth. This is the moment of decision for you. What are you going to do with him? Are you going to kill him or are you going to forgive him? You put it off. You keep putting it off. You keep putting off what you're actually going to do to him until this particular moment. So, starting with flesh and blood, sure. Make the decision to forgive him.
Right there.
Right.
Gotcha. Flesh and blood. You, brother mine, that entertained ambition, expelled remorse with nature, who, with Sebastian, whose inward pinches therefore are most strong, would have killed your king. I do forgive thee. Unnatural thou art. Their understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore.
Good, thanks. That's great. Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thanks so much.